Yes, more stories. I don't know how many of these I'm going to do. This is number 5, obviously. And we're going to start off with the story called Richard's Space Shuttle. This story took place at the restaurant that I worked at. I talked about in stories 1 and in stories 4. I might have mentioned it before, but yeah, same group of guys, same people. Well, there's this guy named Richard, and he was poor. You know, he didn't have a lot of money, but he got a job there delivering pizzas. And he delivered pizzas in this car. It was, I believe, a 1955 4-door Buick. It was black, and the paint had pretty much been marred up through weathering and not, you know, it was a beat up car, but it had no hubcaps, but it was cool though. In its own way, it was a really neat looking car. And, anyway, so Richard is with us. It's his day off, but he's visiting for a short time. And I forgot what the dialogue was, but we're all talking. And Richard leaves. I believe he left mad about something he didn't like. You know, whatever happened, he didn't like, and he left mad. And we look, the way you got into the restaurant was, there was actually 2 ways, but he basically made a right and then another right, and there's a road that went up and, you know, slowly increased in pitch. And that road was, forgot the name of the road. I now remember, but I won't mention it. Anyway, so he loops around. He winds up passing in front of the business, and the windows are right there. And it was at a really busy intersection, a very major one in the city. And we're looking, and we see Richard driving, and he's going up. There was tons of white smoke coming from his car. It was as if a transmission leak happened. Somehow that oil, that lubricant got on the exhaust. I don't know. Whatever. How it happened, I don't know. But I know that that white smoke usually comes from transmission fluid being heated up. Oil's different. Oil is black. But or it could be coming out of the exhaust, but this is white. This is white smoke, and it was taken off. We're laughing. We're like, my boss goes, "Man, that looks like the Discovery." Oh boy, that was great. That was so funny. And yeah, Richard came back, and he's like, you know, how'd you like that? It was almost like it was a setup, and we had a great time. Yeah. This next story is called Golf Game Lamentation. I took up golf in the mid-90s, and I was really bad at it at first. I actually had maybe a couple moments where I did something really amazing. I don't know where it came from. I'm like, okay, well, at least I can do that occasionally. But this is a day, me and this one of my best friends at the time, he knows who he is. If he watches this video, he'll know who he is. I miss you, dude. I'll see you soon. Anyway, long story short, we're playing golf. We're finally on the 18th hole, and I did so terrible. I might as well have shot a 200 on a par 72. It might as well have been 200. In fact, we just stopped keeping score. I was so just, man, I was just like, I was upset. I was down. I wasn't angry. I was just very upset and depressed. And we're on the last hole. It's time to drive. My drive, I'm not kidding, probably goes 5 feet. I'm like, damn. So I drive again. It went farther. Didn't go far though. And my third drive, hook or slice, I forgot which is which, but it went left into the woods, And I was just like, that's it. And my friend, we both get onto the golf cart. And I was just like, it was like a cry to the Lord. I was just like, God, I can't believe how much I suck. And my friend laughed so hard because it just sounded so honest and real. And I was just like, God, what did I do to deserve this? Kind of a thing too, Yeah, he had a great laugh. Looking back, it was funny. Yeah. This next story is called She Is Wondering. I dated this girl we dated intermittently. We'd hang out a lot, but she was my first real girlfriend. And what she lacked in beauty, she exceeded and made up for in wit and sense of humor. She was, oh my God, I loved her. She was just, yeah, she was funny. She had a way of doing it that was so unique. Anyway, not to get hung up on that. We're going on, I decided, well, I'm going to go watch a movie. Why don't we go watch a movie? I'm like, okay. She's like, okay. And what do you want to watch? I'm like, it's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. It's the first one, not the, obviously this is back in 90 something, or maybe 80 something. Anyway, it was around the late 80s, mid 90s is when this movie came out. I believe it was beginning of the 90s. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies came out where they're dressed up, in these, Ninja Turtle outfits. And we're watching a movie and she's like, this is kind of cool, I'm like, yeah, it's kind of cute. And then there's a scene or a part in the movie where the turtles are kind of, I forgot the reporter's name, character-wise. She's like having some kind of, monologue, talking about the different, aspects of personality and character of each turtle. And it just seemed just kind of like, I'm like watching, I'm like, oh, this is so, well, it's for kids, And it was a kids movie, but we got into it. But at this point right here, just kind of like, oh, this is dumb. Sorry, I'm not, 10 or 11 anymore. This is just kind of silly. And I look over and she's just like, oh my God, it's so priceless. She's just like going. And I was laughed so hard. I couldn't help it. Oh my God. I was doing my best to hold my laughter because I didn't want to make a scene. But yeah, that was priceless. This next story is called Post-Game Ignition. This features Richard again and his 55 four-door Buick. Same car as previous. I wasn't there, but they told this story and it was so well told. I could totally picture it. Oh man. Anyway, this happened at I wasn't present at the poker game, but it was a bunch of guys, from the restaurant, and Richard, of course, he worked there. And they're playing poker, and of course, Richard lost. He always had a hard time controlling his betting because he would think he had a winning hand. He would, I guess, somehow, whatever. But he lost a lot. But there was one time where he raked it in, and it was really cool, to see that. But this time I was told, yeah, he lost. And they're all Richard storms out of the house. And the guy that told me this was looking outside and he saw Richard get in his car. And he said it was as if that car started moving as soon as he turned the key. It was kind of like, and I just thought that was so funny. I just laughed so hard. I'm like, man, I can totally picture that. And yeah, but Richard was fine. He goes, how'd you like that? I can see him saying that. Yeah, that was good. Okay, last story. This one is called Manual Air Freshener. This is in high school. I think I'm a junior, maybe sophomore. Anyway, I sat in the back of the bus, as well as of course, a few other people, and there's always these two sisters. They're very pretty girls, and of course, a lot of us guys had crushes on them. Can you blame us? You wouldn't, and I don't. But this is before people start getting on the bus. Me and this guy, he wasn't a bully again, but he'd say stuff that really hurt. He never, hit me or anything. I never hit him, but he'd say things that would just demean me. Anyway, so I'm sitting in the second to the last seat. He's sitting in the last seat on the left side. I'm on the right side. And this is before a lot of people are getting on the bus and sitting down. The closing of school, end of school day. And of course I farted, I farted and I couldn't help it. I'm like, God, I gotta fart. So I did, but it was silent, but it smelled horrible. I'm like, oh man, what do I do about this? She's going to get on. She's going to think, she's going to not have anything to do with me for the rest of my life. You think that way when you're young. And I'm like, oh man, what do I do? Sorry. I start going, trying to inhale as much of the smell as I could. I look back at this guy. Sitting in the back, he's doing the same thing. It happened to him too. And we're both going, I'm going, no way. And we're both going, this is hard, as much and as hard as we can. And we're like, and I don't smell anything. I'm like, God damn, I guess I got rid of it all. And this girl, one of the sisters, comes to sit down. And she's like, God damn, who farted? She wound up not working, or it was his. I'm like, you know what? I cleared mine. It must have been his. And it was just oh my God. Oh man. She lights up a cigarette just to get rid of it. I firmly believe I got rid of mine because I didn't smell, the evidence of mine. Of course, he's a little bit ways away. You never know. But yeah, manual air freshener. Sometimes it works.